you will have a uplifting life. Permission start with you. Because you give permission to all these other people, but not yourself. And it's time to do that. Welcome to the Essence of True Self podcast, where we affirm I am the son of my creation. Here I focus on mindfulness, limiting belief, self-care, spirituality, and overall becoming your true self. I'm your host, Oriana, a book, tea, and self-development lover. I give you tips and tricks of what I learned on my self-development journey so you can apply to yours. If you're interested, keep listening. Hey, welcome back to the Essence of True Self podcast, and I'm your host, Oriana. And I hope your week, your day, your evening is going pretty well. If not, of course, I'm sending you love and light in this time. And if you don't know already, I do reading, mediumship, coaching, all that good stuff below. Then if you want a free shadow book e-guide, you can sign up for my email list below and you receive that right into your email box. And plus, I just released a journal, a digital journal that you can start documenting your day and show gratitude and speak highly over yourself. And it's called Pour Into Yourself Journal. And you can check out all that below. And if you want to take a purchase and want to learn how to use it, you can just purchase it, and I have everything in the journal for you ready to go. And then before we get into anything else, we got to do our breathing and saying our affirmations. So let's get into it, okay? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now we're about to get into the affirmations. I am the son of my creation. I am the son of my creation. I am the son of my creation. I hope that grounds you and bring you into the present moment and being open and receptive to the message I have for you today. And as you can tell by this title, you do not need permission to be yourself. And here's why. Because I want to talk about this because I've been doing this a lot on my journey and finding ways to not always ask permission to be myself. If you are a person who used to grow up and looking for recognition and pleasing other people, so it just naturally comes to you to feel like you need to be recognized and get permission to do something and get praised for doing something right all the time. And when you do something wrong, somebody belittle you and tell you you're not good enough and all that stuff, and which is not true. Just want to say that, which is not true. You do not need permission to be who you are. God made you the way you are. The universe made you the way you are. The source made you the way you are. So you can live this human experience and live the life you want to live. Because we wait so much for a sign or for permission or somebody recognizing you to get that opportunity to be our best self. And you can be your best self today. You don't need permission to do what you want to do. Life is not waiting for anybody. Life is really what you make it, what you create it to be. Because I used to be like, oh my God, I'm doing a great job, so let me continue to do this same thing to get a sense of feeling like I'm worthy of something. But little do I know that I am already worthy and deserving as I am. And you should know that as well. Because when we constantly feeding this narrative, oh, I'm not good enough until I do X, Y, and Z. Oh, I can't do nothing until this happen. Oh, this. You keep procrastinating your growth, your elevation, your healing, becoming your dream self, living your dream life. You deserve to live the life that you want, but you have to put in the necessary steps in action and continue to move towards that goal. Because we always have these ideas and narratives are like, oh my God, I got to do this, I got to do that to just feel like I'm doing something. But is that necessarily pleasing you? Is that giving you fulfillment inside? We live in a day and age that we do anything just to get attention because we have social media. So what are you doing right now? Is it serving your life in any way? If it not, it's time to get up on it. And I was talking to my sister yesterday because we was talking about like, oh, people don't know what their life purpose, but you got to know yourself. You got to get to know yourself so you can know your life purpose. You can't expect your life purpose just to happen and you don't know who you are. Sometimes it does happen for some people and it's just naturally come to you. But if you don't know yourself and you constantly living your life for other people, of course you're not going to know what your life purpose is. And it's time to dive deep within yourself to know who you are. And it can be daunting. It can be scary. But do you want to continue to live your life as somebody else and not being happy and being wasting your life on this earth not doing what you want to do just because somebody else going to judge you? Because nobody really truly know who you are and you don't know who you are. But once you know yourself and you have a firm, grounded sense of self, what other people do to you is not going to bother you. Of course, it's going to take practice. Of course, it's going to take reaffirming to yourself how awesome and creative and innovative you are. But I've been seeing all this stuff like I'm waiting for a sign. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting. Your time is now. Your time is now. The great time to start is now. And it don't have to be big. It be little things that's leading up to your everlasting goal. Like I was saying in my last video about how journaling changed my life, and journaling was the peak of me actually stepping into my power and seeing who I am to become who I'm supposed to be in this lifetime. I want to start this podcast. I want to be having a business right now. I want to be helping people right now. But if you really just need some assistance, I got you. It's all below. But you can also assist yourself in this present moment. It always takes a one step to letting yourself, giving yourself permission to be who you want to be. And yes, a lot of people not going to like that because they're so used to benefiting off of you for who you were, who they told you should be, who you should feel needed by them. But the only person who needs you right now is you. Because I used to be an avid people pleaser. Trust and believe. I used to do everything by the book. But they literally gave me nowhere. I was so depressed with my life, and people treated me like garbage because I allowed it to happen. And I saw this quote that said, when we tell people like you are what you attract, but really you are what you allow. What you allow in your life is what you become, and it shows other people who you are. So if you allow crazy, crazy, low vibrational people that's just not good for you around you, of course they'll attract more people towards you because you accepted that at first hand. But if you have, high vibrational people, high conscious people, supportive people, loving people, thoughtful people around you, of course more people that's gonna come in there. Of course other people that's not good for you try to come in the same bubble and decide as they good, but you will know that from effect from all the lessons you have learned. If you're going through a hard time right now, Spirit's put in my heart. If you're going through a hard time right now, the hard time is trying to teach you a lesson to be able to get out of that hard time. What you accept is what you allow into your life. But you can always reject things that doesn't align with you. Rejection is protection, not just from other people, but for yourself. You can reject things that you don't want in your life. Permission is only that you can give to yourself, what you accept for yourself. But you have to be the first step to step out of that. And it cannot be easy at first, but as more of you practices, you will see the changes, and you will notice when you have different changes, transformation in your life. Oh, this is a season for transformation. It's not going to always be daunting every time. So stop waiting. Stop waiting for a sign. Stop waiting for other people to tell you how to live your life. Give your permission to yourself today. Because we waste our life just waiting and waiting and hoping and praying. Like, what is the purpose of that? What is the purpose of giving somebody our life in their hands? Of course, in like, dire messages, yeah. But like mundane stuff like now. We do this all the time by posting stuff on social media, seeking approval from other people, asking our friend, "Oh, does this look right on me?" And this and that, and that. Like, stop letting people control your life. And you can start controlling yourself. Allow you to live what you believe to live. Like, you have so much potential. We waste so much of our potential on other people that doesn't serve us. But you need to serve yourself. Permission start within and it will reflect outwards. But you have the power to shift whatever you want out of your life. And I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, especially if you have been living a certain way for so long. But you have the power to shift your reality. You see it on social media all the time. Why not you do it for yourself? Why not you show up for yourself? Why not you constantly giving yourself permission and allow yourself to be who you are? Stop wasting time for other people to see you when you can see yourself. And slowly doing it by giving yourself small tasks to do. Like, oh, I'm not going to eat junk food right before I go to sleep. Let me practice that. When we mess up, when we try to create a new lifestyle for ourselves, we try to focus on so many things at once. And all you need to do is focus on one thing. Focus on one thing. After you master that one thing, then focus on the next thing. And if you feel good doing multitasking, pull it up to 2 times, like 2 things you can do. And build on that. Build on that, because the only way you can really make a difference in your life is repetition. Repetition, constantly doing it, becoming a habit, and it can really change your life, because that's how people that's famous or people that's making a difference in this world, that's what they do, constantly show up and be receptive and constantly learning and constantly evolving and constantly finding different ways to up-level their life. You didn't come across this video for no reason. You know you want to change your life. You know you want to upscale your life. So why not do that now? We have so many sources at our fingertips, but we choose not to use it. Be the source of your power. Be the power of your life. Stop wasting time for other people to tell you who you are. So yeah, just start by doing little things one by one. And just setting goals for yourself and constantly showing up for yourself that builds confidence, that builds trust, that builds sureness within yourself. It's like, that's why people can't hold on to goals for so long, because they're not willing to constantly be consistent. Consistent create change. And I want to say, like, consistency, the reason why people don't want to do consistency, because it's not that it's hard. It's just that they so used to just living a certain way of doing things, and they don't see that it's a benefit of being consistent. Like, so many things that became our belief, our system, is because it was so consistent and so ingrained in our system that it became true for us. Why not that can be true for you? Consistency can work in your benefit, not in your torment. It's like shifting your perspective to see the betterment of yourself and the betterment of your life around you. And knowing that you are capable of doing anything you want to do by being consistent with yourself. Because the reason why things doesn't last in our life so long, because we're not being consistent with ourselves. Like, relationships, they might not last long because you're not consistent with yourself. Projects don't last long because you're not consistent with their project. Consistency is key. And lastly, what would the last step be? Be graceful to yourself. Be compassionate to yourself during this process. Because this is not going to be an easy thing to get by, but it's a necessary tool to help you elevate your life. And once we constantly being hard on ourselves, it's gonna make us stop doing what we want to do in our lives. So show yourself compassion, grace, ease. Because once you constantly showing that compassion to yourself, and when other people treat you terribly, like that is not how I need to be treated. Because you know how to be compassionate and loving and graceful with yourself. You have so much power to be so kind to yourself. So use it. Don't wait for other people to constantly praise you when you can praise yourself. And when people see that you take so care of yourself and you so consistent with your life, you will attract those people into your life. You will have a uplifting life. Permission start with you. Because you give permission to all these other people, but not yourself. And it's time to do that. So let's go over the little steps again. Number 1, set a goal and start small and build up to multiple goals. Number 2, consistency. Constantly showing up so it can last longer and you can see the fruit of your labor. And number 3, show yourself grace and compassion because you deserve to be loved softly. And that's what I have for you today, guys. I feel like this episode was just very flowing for me. And I needed this. Okay? But yeah, I just want you to know it didn't take overnight to get to this point. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace and give yourself ease. But find a way to constantly pick yourself up in the hard times. Because you have so much power. And I see it in you. And you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't see it in yourself. So, yeah. And then, again, if you want to book a reading with me or any of that good stuff, all that good stuff would be below. And if you like this episode, this video, if you're watching on YouTube or any podcast platform, just rate it, like it, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let me know how you feel about it. If you made it this far, let's leave a... Ooh, what should we leave? I think I did story last time. Let's do a rainbow. Let's leave a rainbow this time. Because we flourishing. We rising up from the ashes of what life had told us to be. But I hope you like this video, guys. I'm seeing you loving this time. And until next time, family.